So in the interest of trying to get, let's say, one of the best fashion pieces in the game, you gotta complete all these following challenges. And I've got to say that offer declined, the last one, is probably the most hardest to get right. It's a lot of RNG. And let's go over that in this video. So if you ever want to go for this, that is probably where you're going to struggle the most. So I managed to get it, but not without 6 hours of attempts. Yes, I was AFK at the beginning. So I'll just go over what you kind of want to be doing. And you can see we run with 4 DPS and a healer. And you kind of have to, because the requirement on the amount of damage you have to deal is pretty insane. Now, normally I would be the person with the full threat. But yeah, I was AFK at the beginning. I've run out of squash soup. Yeah, not ideal. Okay, I can keep up with the rest and I now have the threat. And we need to make sure that we're getting healed enough. My stone of health is about to run out. Anyway, offer declined means you can never intercept those green lines. And it can be so frustrating because the cocoon can end up right between the boss and that green line and then intercept it, and there's nothing really you could have done. And the amount of friggin' times she will teleport right behind you with the green line and then you accidentally intercept it. Or somebody plays badly and you end up in a death cycle and then you end up not having enough damage for the end where you really need it. Now, you may have seen we started out by waiting for the very first artifact call. I'll skip back 1 second. Here's an example of start of, let's say, another run, and we'll begin by just making sure we've CA attacking the boss, and we hold on to artifacts until we've had 2 cocoons passed. And at a certain stage, you'll also see we'll stop dealing damage. You want to get the boss down to like 80%, so you get them down to like 85% and then whittle them down, because as soon as she gets to that 80%, she will start doing lines, which means your best bet is to begin with an artifact call just as the boss hits that 80%, just as you get to that edge, and then you can phase it. And it's a ton of RNG. I played this terribly. I'm not sure why I died there. I just guess was too close to the boss. But you can see here we're waiting for the next cocoon, and there it is, and we go, we kill it, and then we jump into the artifact call, and that was the green line. She heals, and there you go, we do our massive burst. Now back to the run where we did succeed with having this green line. You really have to move away, and you can see I've lost the threat there again. Just it's a balance, and yes, you need to be able to cope with moving away from the boss. And so ideally you need a ranged DPS who's going to be the top DPS. You don't think it's possible with melee DPS. And here I played that garbage. I just went straight up in the boss's face while she was doing the combo attack. Yeah, I do know better. And again, 6 hours doing this. Most of the time I was the person tanking it. So I do know what I'm doing. It's just we were getting tired at this point. The boss heals again, and at this point, when you're around that, just before you get to like the 50% mark where she phases, you ideally want to have a red line, because if you get like a green line, you might end up with a second green line 2 times in a row, which is pretty horrible, which actually I think is what happened in this run. But we phased the boss, we got that green line, she healed, and we're dealing damage again. And here it becomes really a choke point. You really have to have a ton of damage for the last like 30%, because as soon as she phases with that 20%, she will go and start doing a lot more lines, and then it becomes pretty much impossible to kill her, to out heal or out damage what she heals for. And yeah, artifact calls are massive in this. Abusing like Vistani and Mirage is definitely a feasible option here, and you might want to consider it. Our group, I think we only used 1 person with it, so we did have a bunch of Vistanis, and we basically use your big combo of damaging abilities with your artifact call. You can see we're waiting here. We have the cocoon. We're getting the boss. We're chipping it down to that 20%. And as soon as she's healed with that next green, it's pretty much like all in and go, go, go with the artifact call. We have to kill her now before the next green line. If we don't, it's pretty much all over. And that's why it's so much heavy RNG, just with the placement of the boss, the green line. You can see how down to the T it was there. The green line was on the boss. We were so fortunate that the healer got cocooned, so we had all 4 DPS to get him down. Yeah, it could easily have been a wipe there again. And ultimately, for me, it was a fun challenge. There are other challenges out there, and this is like, in my opinion, the top tier endgame content that you can be doing. Those ultimate challenges, getting those meta achievements for that content. You have one for Tiamat, you have one for Demogorgon, and now we have the one for the Temple of the Spider. And it's pretty fun, to be honest. Now, just because I completed it there doesn't mean I have all the other achievements. I have a lot of work to do. To be honest, I haven't played a whole lot on my wizard in an MToS. At least I haven't played it so seriously that I've been trying to go for those achievements. I've joined that run and beat it because I wanted to help. It was just fun. Yes, we spent 4 hours and they here and another 2 hours here. But for me, that was fun playing the game. That challenge. You just really have to have that patience for each other. It's so easy to just blame this person, that person, and then you all just get heated arguments and yeah, you're just at each other's throats. So it will test your patience, these kind of things. And it's up to you if it's worth your time or not. For me, it was. The people I was with, it was fun. We would forgive each other for our mistakes and move on, try again. Of course, there comes a point where, yeah, if you're not seeing any progression at all, like you're not getting any better, then maybe it's time to stop, take a break and just, yeah, either rest, contemplate on what's going wrong and maybe fix it the next time round. Anyway, a special thank you to all of my channel members for helping me keep my channel going. And we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.